All right. Hello. Good morning. How's everybody doing? We are live for week 43 of 2022, which is pretty crazy, which means if you're keeping score, there's 52 weeks in a year. We're at 43. We have less than 10 weeks left in the year, which is wild to me. But it's the way it goes, right? So, all right. So we've got an awesome challenge. As you know, if you've been following along, October is Community Month. We're wrapping it up. And we're going to have some fun. So Tableau just released a new version over the last week, 2022.3. And with it came a really neat feature called dynamic zone visibility. There's been a bunch of blog posts and YouTube videos and tweets about it, about people doing some really cool stuff with it. So I'm excited to kind of dig in and see it. I have not, again, as always, I have not looked at this challenge yet, but I have watched a few of the videos and read a few blog posts and interacted with some tweets about dynamic zone visibility. So I feel like I've got a pretty good handle on what I'm going to need to do with it, but or how we're going to go about it. But, you know, this community challenge is from Anne, previous Workout Wednesday coach. So she's going to have some sly things in there that we're going to have to kind of figure out. So let's go ahead and dive in to it. So here we are. We're at the we're here, and we've got the introduction. You can see the video here on the website. Looks like we're going to be doing some selected subcategory influence. So basically the idea is here are all of the subcategories. We will let you dynamically choose. We'll let you dynamically choose subcategories within that from a list, and those will create kind of two buckets, right? We'll have all of the ones that you've selected in a bucket, and then we've had all of the others in a bucket. And then we'll also show you all of the subcategories, and then we'll be able to switch through the different views using that dynamic zone visibility to be able to choose your thing. So, really excited about this challenge. I can't wait to dig in. Let's go. All right, so we need to connect, which is really great. She said just use whatever the current version is, right? Because, again, the thing here is functionality, not validation of calculations. So that's going to be the main thing. So we're just going to connect to the Superstore data here in Tableau. I've got version 2023 open. Let's just double check. I should. Tableau 2022.3. Perfect. Good deal. All right. So let's take a look at what we're dealing with here. So we've got selected subcategories. We've got this. We've got a list of the subcategories and then a dot indicator to show whether or not you've selected it or not. We've got that kind of shows you the number of subcategories you've selected. Whenever I click on a selected subcategory in the tooltip, I get remove. When I do that, I'll see this number go down. Whenever I click on it, it will be added, which is great. That means that leads me to believe that we will be doing set actions for this. And then we have the selected, other, and all. And we'll do comparison over time. And product drivers. Cool. All right. All right, so let's get into it. So the first thing that I'm going to need to do is create. Let's go ahead and do this product subcategory. Right click, create set, and just so we keep it right, let's just accessories, appliances, art, binders, bookcases, chairs, and copiers. Those will be in our set to start because that is what Anne has started for us, so that we'll just we'll make sure that we get this all right. So drag subcategory out to the rows, create a calculated field. Let's just, which is, we don't even need a calculated field. Change our mic type to a circle. I'll make this entire view. Not entire view. Fit height. There we go. And oh, I forgot. We're dealing with an and challenge, which means we have to uppercase everything. So we'll do we'll do an subcategory. She loves her uppercase. It's her style, right? Which is great. We love people who we love it whenever you kind of choose your own style, right? Without even looking at anything, you know who created this dashboard without even looking into it, because she loves pastel colors. She loves capital letters. Lots of purples and pinks and capital letters. So that's what we'll do there. So, and subcategory is the upper. I will delete this one. I will create one off of this. Not a calculated field. I will create a set off of this. Accessories, appliances, art, binders, bookcases, chairs, and copiers. There we go. And we will now take subcategory. We'll replace references to the and subcategory field. There we go. That looks better. Hide this. Now we've got that. Let's see what else. Let's take and subcategory set. Let's drop it on color. And there we have that. She said to choose the lightning bright. No, what'd she say? Lightning light. Okay, so lightning light is what we're going to do here. Very good. In the subcategory is dark purple, or this brighter purple, and out is this kind of pastel lavender color. Choose apply. Actually, what we could do is we'll just go here and subcategory set, and we'll do default properties colors. Nope, not that. Never mind. Okay, so what do we need to do now? Looks like they've got a little border on there, so we'll add a little border. Not a very dark one, but enough to know that it's there, right? Just to see that it's there. There we go. That looks good to me. Okay, so now what we need to do, let's go ahead and set up this. Let's go ahead, while we're here, we'll go ahead and create our set action. We will change the set values on select. This is add to set on sheet 1. And when we select sheet 1, our target set is going to be the and superstore set. We are going to add values to the set. We're not going to assign it, because assign is one and only one. Add is you can have multiple. Right? So that's the difference whenever you're running a set action. You can either add or assign. Assign is a Boolean. You can kind of think about that. There's only one and only one. Add means you can add it. Clearing the selection keeps the set values. We'll call this, add to set. Then we'll also do a change set value. We'll do a second one, and this one's going to remove the set. We are going to choose our data source, choose our sheet, choose our set. This one is going to be on a menu action. And when we run the action, it will remove values from the set. All right? And then whenever we clear that selection, it will just keep anything else in it, right? And then we'll name this, again, all caps, remove. Click OK. So let's make sure this is working. Let's try and add envelopes. What should happen is I should just be able to click on this, and it will add that. And it does. Now if I want to remove it, I should be able to just click it again, and there I get my remove. and then it removes it. Boom, done. All right, let's do, so this is set, this is subcategory, so subcat select sheet. Let's do the next sheet. Let's do our count the number, let's do this number of selected here. So the first thing that we're gonna do here is I'll call this number of selected. And this is just if it's in the set, then return the subcategory name. And we will else null. And we will do a count distinct of that. And what's wrong? Oh yeah, I gotta end. There we go. Else null end. There we go. Number of selected. I should get 7. I don't. I get 4,444. Interesting. Why is that? Oh, because I did a count, not a count D. Errors are 7. Next thing we'll do is we'll go up here and we will call this total subcats. And this will just be a fixed count D of subcategory. Take that up to text. Now we have 7 of 17, so now we just need to do some formatting. What I'm going to do real quick is I'm going to take this, I'm going to double click. So here's a really fun thing. If you're like, okay, I want to use this color, right, throughout the rest, I want to use this color, but we always don't get our color palette selector. So here's a quick tip on how to save these colors. So if you just double click on whatever color you want to save, you get this. You get your RGB slider depending on your OS color picker. And for me, I just drag this. I just drag this color. I'm just going to drag this and just drag it into my custom palette chooser, and just keep it like that. So now, anytime that I select color to go select a unique color, it will always show up in that custom color palette dialog there. So it's a really fun thing to do. All right, now let's click OK. Now we're done with that. The reason I wanted to do that is because now when I go here and I say number of selected of, all right, I do this. And let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of that extra line. Let's do Tableau medium. 9 looks good right now. See, right now, I wanted to choose that purple color. That purple color is not here. And if I went to more colors, I would have to know what that hex value is. But because I saved it in my custom color palette, I can just select it and it's right there. Okay, so let's preview that. 7 of 17 selected. That looks pretty good. Click apply, and we'll see what that looks like. Actually, you know what? I think that's not medium. I think that's actually like semi-bold. Let's look at that. Maybe bold. Just do regular old, good old bold. There, that looks a lot better. Okay, so we'll do that. We'll leave it like that. That's good so far. We'll call this the number of selected sheet. Okay. All right. Let's go next. What are we going to do? We're going to do this. Ooh. All right. Selected, other, all. This is profit ratio. Okay. So let's do subcategory set on columns. Let's do profit ratio on there. We get 16%. We get 9%. What happens if I just throw totals? will I get 13%? Hot dog, look at that. That's awesome. Okay, perfect. So, man, that's cool. All right, now what I need to do is just drag this and subcategory set onto color, and I get my colors. I do need to change this color to this grand total to a very light gray. So I'll go to my gray color palette and choose the lightest gray. Click OK. My profit ratio, drag that onto text. And we need to format the profit ratio as a 0 decimal percentage. Yep. We will change we'll change this to bold again, and we'll do match mark color. Okay, now what she's done is she's calculated the difference, right, so she's calculated the overall here, right? So she's calculated the percent of influence, essentially, right? So all selected accounts for 3.5% more than the, right? So 3.4%. Yeah, I think that's right. So the way that we're going to do that is we'll just do, can we do, let's just do profit ratio minus the total profit ratio. That should just get us, that's the PR profit ratio variance. Add that. Let's see what that looks like. Okay, so that is working. What we'll do real quick is we'll change this to number format, percentage, 1%. And what does she have? She have a plus, yep. So let's do some formatting. PR variance, we'll do back to number format, 1 decimal place. If it's positive, it's plus. We'll copy this, add our semicolon, do that as minus, click OK. We got plus, we got minus, we got this. Now there's let's see, so what you can see here, yep, okay. So what you can see here is I've got this 0 here, right? I don't want the 0. There we go. I do not want this 0 at all. What I want is nothing. So I could edit the calculation. I could edit this and be like, if this equals 0, then null, else give me that. But I think I can do this maybe through the default formatting to just show nothing. I wonder if I can do that. If I just do that and do a space in quotes, what does that get me? It goes away. Look at that. So yeah, that's really cool. So always, before you go create custom calculations to get your numbers to look exactly right, play around with the number formatting. You never know what might work and what won't. So yeah, so that'll work. Cool. All right, so let's go back into here and let's do some formatting. We've got the profit ratio here. Center that. The profit ratio is a little bit bigger. Let's see what 14 looks. I think that's going to be too big. How about 12? And maybe, oh yeah, this is not bold. It looks like it's maybe regular. Or book. Yeah, and looks like we've got a space in between there. And it looks like it's even smaller than 9, so let's go to 8. That looks pretty good. And maybe that is... Yeah, there we go. All right. So again, I don't know what the exact formatting things are. We could look it up, but I don't think that she actually said what they needed to be, which is fine. We just get it close, right? Okay. So now we need to say selected, other, and all. So we can just edit these aliases to be selected, other, and the way that we format, so right now this says all products, but this says grand total. So let's just format this. And one of the options we get down here is, what do you want the label to be? And so for this, we'll just do all products. And there it changed, right? So now what we'll do, we'll change the formatting. Looks like she's got a, the font is a little bigger, maybe an 11 bold. What's that look like? Oh, certainly it's not black, that's for sure. Maybe this color? Nope. Darker than that. Darker than that. Yeah, we'll call it that one. I think it looks good. So now I just need to remember that we're at 11. We're at 11 bold and this gray color. So now we'll go here. We'll format this axis bold 11 gray. Right? Get rid of our column label. And there we go. All right. We're making progress. All right, while we're here, let's go ahead and format the our grid lines here. We don't have any grid lines. We don't have any zero line. We don't have any row dividers. Our column, we don't have any column dividers. Grand total, we don't have any grand total doors there. Actually, we do have, not on the pane though, but we do have them on the header. There. Row, column. Nope. What? There, yeah. I want that to be back. Where did that go? Let's... Okay. Grand total is there, yeah. Let's see what she's got. Is she's got no row divider. She's got no column divider in here, but she's got one right there. And I don't have one right there. And I don't know why. I have one over here. But I don't have one right here, and I don't know why. I don't know why that is. It's strange. Axis ruler. There. I don't want. Okay, so rows. We don't want that. There we go. Nope. Columns, change our axis ruler to a solid line. There we go. Zero line on the axis menu. Okay. So Tim is saying check out the zero line on the axis menu. Is it, you think it's this? No. Not there. Because it's a divider, right? So this bar right here is a divider. So that is not what we are wanting, but so we get that, and we don't get it there. We don't get it there. Okay, that's weird. All right, I know I don't want it there. Oh, level. Maybe, right? So here, I bet that's where it is. Yeah. Okay, well, hold on. I only get, don't like that. I don't know how she did that, but I don't know how. So we're just going to clear that and just get rid of everything. Oh, no? I thought maybe there, but I thought maybe if I had a header, if I had a total, what about, okay, yeah, there. Nope. Okay, all right, well, I don't know how she did that, so cool. But I like this the way it is. We don't necessarily need that because the color also delineates that, so we'll call this good. All right, so we'll call this bar. We'll call this. This is our bar chart. Let's move on here. Let's keep it. Let's keep rolling. Yep. All right. And the next thing we need to do is. Oh, that's compare to total. Okay. This one's called overtime. And looks like we've got continuous quarter of order date. Profit ratio. Subcategory set on color. Oh, not profit ratio variance, profit. This is profit ratio, yeah. There we go. And we need to have totals. Nope, can't do totals. So, okay. Is that, yeah, 3%. Yeah, okay, so labels, show mark labels on the line ends. 13, 5, 3, 14, 6. So I just need to figure out how to get a, can I do, what about, I don't know if this is window average. I don't like that. Window average, no, it's not an average. Total profit ratio. It's not, oh, there we go. Yeah, that looks right. Okay, so we did a total of profit ratio where in and out of, so if I just do that, yeah. So for each quarter, what is the total? All right, that's essentially what that is. Taking into consideration the subcategory set. Cool. All right, so let's format this to, on the axis, doesn't matter, it'll be the same, but we want our values to be percentages. Yep. And we'll do show mark labels line end. Yep. show line ends match mark color, and then we'll bring that over here. Oh, we need to change the line of this to that gray color again. Oh yeah, not that one. But we do need to have it. This one needs to be super light. So if we go down here and let's see, we'll keep our hex value of this, but I'm going to change my hue, saturation, brightness, and I'm just going to drop the saturation down. I don't know if you have that ability on a Windows machine, but that's essentially what we're doing here. Is we're just dropping down. We're keeping the hue and the brightness the same, but we're just dropping the saturation of the purple down, and that's going to really drop that down. And then we'll do on this, we'll change this back to the gray color. What? Oh, do I need that? Yeah, I do. Okay. Okay. Yeah, see, I didn't want to do that. I want this color to be gray. I want this line to be gray, but it's not letting me do that. Why is that? Oh, because it's on color, or it's on color. So I need to just change this to detail. There we go. Good gracious. Okay, and then we'll do more colors. No, we won't. Okay, so let's see what this color is. Go back to our RGB, D5s. Okay. Just D5, D5, D5. Okay. Go back over here, more D5. There we go. Okay. We got there eventually. Synchronize. You know the drill. Right? Hide, show header, format, remove all of our borders, remove the dividers, and remove grid lines. And we'll add a thin, dark, not dark, a thin, light axis border like that. Looks good. Okay. Then what we need to do, we'll call that overtime. This one, product drivers. Okay, product drivers. All right, product drivers is what? We have our selected subcategory. Actually, what I think I can do, I'm going to delete this real quick. Take our total compare, duplicate. That way, all of our normal formatting, I'm just going to switch this around, right? So we just swap that around. So we have that, we have this, we have that. We have not profit ratio. We're not going to need that. We are going to need to add product, individual product to detail, and change our mark type to circle, And so we've got that. And we've got one at negative 275. Yeah. And so what we need to do is add a mark label for the min max of each pane. All right. No, we don't. We don't need any labels here. Just remove labels here, right? But what we need to do is we need to jitter this, right? Because everything is just on a, it's just on here, right? So there's a couple ways you can jitter, and jitter just essentially means expanding out this line, right? So you can see that so that you can see where everything is. So the way that we're going to do that, a couple of different ways you can do it. One, you can use the unsupported function, but is in Tableau, and that is the random. So if you just type random with open and close paren, you'll get a valid function, but you won't find it in any documentation. And that won't work. That didn't work. Why didn't it work? Okay, I'm just going to do it the way that I know, which is used to index. Click on that. Edit using edit table. And then, well, if I was going to do it that way, is it here? Edit. No. What isn't this work? What? Have I really forgotten how to jitter? That can't be right. I'm jittering on there. Oh, I was there. So yeah, a jitter is just a scatter plot, essentially, right? It's a scatter plot. So the reason it didn't work up here is because the way to make a scatter plot is you have to have a measure on rows and a measure on columns. So of course it wouldn't work this way because I have not satisfied the requirements to make a scatter plot. So by dropping this down here, that's how you get that, right? So, but now we can go in here and we can say, now we can edit this and be like, yes, every, let's flip this around. There we go. Nope. Yeah. Nope. It's got to be that. Okay, great. Okay. So there you go. So you get this kind of, you can kind of see where all the clusters are here. So now what we'll do here is we will not show this header because it's meaningless. And we will not do that for now. We'll hide our labels. We will, it looks like we've got reference lines on the pane to show the average profit ratio, and we show the value and we see 16 and 23, which is not right. And so we need to remove that. 16 and so it's just so it's just this, right? It's the overall, right? Profit ratio. I've already got profit ratio on there. And if I do an average line on profit ratio, what do I get here? Isn't that what I just had? 16% and 20. No. Okay. Oh. So what I'm trying to do, right? Okay. So the way that this works, the way that this is working right now is we want the 16 and the 9%, which goes back to this as an overall as an overall, right? The way that, and whenever I put a reference line on there for each pane, right? So for each, let's look at this real quick. I'll show you what's working. So this is doing a window function, right? So a window average. What is the window average of profit ratio? That's essentially what a reference line is for each, and then however you partition it, right? By pane is by this. Anyway, window average of this aggregation. But the reason that I'm not getting the values to line up right is because that window average is taking into account every product name as well, and I don't want to do that, right? I just want to do the overall. So the way I'm going to do that is I'm going to write my own window function. A couple different ways you can do it, but the way that I'm going to do it is the window average of profit ratio, and I'll call this PR ref, profit ratio reference line. I'm going to drag that out to detail. Compute using. And I don't know if this is going to work, so we'll see. Yeah, product name, I don't want to do that. I don't want profit name. I just want to do that. Well, no. I don't know if this is going to work. I have another way that I want to do. I have another idea of how I'm going to do it if this doesn't work. So we'll drag this out. Now I need to do this PR reference line, which that didn't change anything, and I didn't think that it would. So, but what we can do here now is we can change this PR reference calculation and see how that changes. So what I'm going to do is exclude product name profit ratio and then fixed and subcategory set. Close that. Or, yeah, not that one. Close that. And then we'll do the average. Oh, yeah, gotta open paren. And it's this one. So for each set member, exclude the product name and take the average profit ratio. And that goes up here. And what'd that do? 9, 16. Boom. Look at that. All right, so let's do edit this. We're going to make this the value. We don't need a tooltip. We'll make this a dashed line. We'll make it pretty dark so that it shows up. Oh, that's not dark at all. Edit. Make it real black. Oh, there we go. There we go. Drop it down a little bit. There we go. And then we'll take our PR reference line, format it to be a percentage at 0 percentage point, 0 decimals. And then we'll have to format this to get our number. Number bold and make it black. We'll drop it. We'll bump it up a little bit. There you go. That's probably too much, but whatever. Okay, so there you go, right? So let's look at that reference line calculation again. For those of you who, if there's anybody who might not have been following what I did here. So what I did is I did a nested level of detail calculation. So again, remember the fixed means for each subcategory set. So selected, other, all. Still need to figure out the all because I have an overall and I don't think she has one on hers. She does not. So I don't know how she did that yet. Because I don't think that there's a... Yeah, there's no show because it is a partition. So, okay. All right, but anyway, for each, take the average profit ratio, exclude the product name, right? So what was happening before is it was doing an average of the profit ratio for each product name and then averaging that on top of the set name. So that's how that... All right. I don't know how she did that because I don't know of a way that you can turn off reference lines for totals. So we'll worry about that later. Again, we're not necessarily concerned about that right now. What do we got here? We have the other way around. That, no column dividers. There we go. Okay, compare to total. This is actually going to be not compare to total, but product drivers. There we go. Okay. All right. Let's go build a dashboard and let's actually learn how to do some dynamic zone visibility. So what we're going to do is we're going to build a dashboard. What size did you say? 13 by 8. Okay, so 13 by 800. There we go. I've got a really bad glare. I'm going to try and fix it. There we go. All right, that's much better for me. All right, so I had a really bad glare on my screen. So, okay. So here's what we're going to do. Let's build this. Let's start building this out. And let's do... Yeah, we'll do vertical. Always put padding on your vertical first. So 20 pixels of padding there. Throw in a blank to start building everything out. There we go. All right. Now, what needs to happen is we need to put a text box up at the top. And we'll do Tableau medium, size 14, all caps. How do selected subcategories influence our profit ratio? Probably going to need that to be, yeah, that's what I thought. I'll put this in a horizontal. There we go. And, oh yeah, and then we'll do down here, we'll enter this. This will be at size 10. Let's make this darker. There we go. All right, click. Yeah. 10. Click a circle to include a subcategory in group. Okay, we're just going to keep that like that, and then we're just going to get to building the actual stuff. Okay, so we'll have a horizontal down here. We can get rid of this guy now, actually. There we go. Bring him in here. And we'll drop this guy in here. There we go. Something like that. And then what we need to do is have, oh yeah, we'll get rid of this guy. We don't need him. Delete. Okay. So then what we need to do is we'll have, let's just do a vertical here. Okay. And we'll do, oh yeah, and then we need to do, and then we're gonna, from what I've seen about how to do dynamic visibility, right, we'll have let's do, and then within here we have, what's this? There's the blank, yeah. Okay, we'll put that in there. And then we'll do a, doesn't really matter, we'll put a horizontal. And then we'll do 3 horizontals. And 3. And now we'll just put, oh yeah, we need to do that. We'll do that later. Compare to total. Goes in 1. Over time goes in 1. Product drivers goes in the other. Get rid of that. Okay, so we have this. Okay, so what I need to do here is we need to go back here. Let's create a parameter. Can I do it with a list? Let's see. Parameter. We'll call this we'll call this compare to total. No, we'll call this zone selector. Zone select. And it'll be compare to total. Compare to total. String. Compare to total. Over time. Product drivers. Click OK. Go back to the dashboard. This one. Nope, I still don't have the ability to do it. Okay, so let's do compare to, let's do let's create a parameter. Let's do, change it to a Boolean, and we'll call this compare to total. Just leave that there. Okay. And then we'll create a calculated. How's this going to work? So the way that this works, so the way that zone visibility works is it has to be a single value. The parameter, right? The way that this is going to, we could do this with sheet swapping, right? And that's the way we've done it. That's the way we've done it forever, right? Is we have these 3 sheets, and then we'd use the parameter. We create filters to, oh, what's this? Compare to total. Is that the parameter I just created? Yeah, so, okay. So as you can see, so before, I want to control this with that. I want to control showing this container with this Boolean, right? So, because it's not like a field, right? So I need to figure out a way to use this drop-down sheet, see if there's any. Yep, it's just a parameter. All right. Can I do? Can I do this? Can I do create parameter? So, that's just a copy of it. Okay. This is interesting. This is interesting because it's not the way that. This is not the way that I've seen it built. So we're going to figure this out. So I'm going to have this drop-down filter because the way that it works. So let me show you how this works, and then we can see if it just comes to us, right? So I have this compare to total, right? And right now what I've done is I've said I want to use this compare to total parameter to control the visibility of this container. So if I show the parameter now, parameter compare to total, it's at true. If I go false, it goes away, right? It just goes away. It's not even on the dashboard anymore. But it is there, so it doesn't fully collapse. But what is this? There we go. Interesting. Okay. Okay, let's go back. Did I have... Okay. Yeah, that one. So, I mean, you can really kind of control anyone, right? So if you wanted to, I mean, you could control this entire one by a single parameter. So whenever it's true, watch when it goes false. It just goes away, right? The entire container just goes away. So we don't want to do that. So let's get rid of that. I want to do just this one compared to that. Yeah, I think that's what it was. I had it on the worksheet, but not on. Yeah, so there you go. So essentially, what needs to happen is I need to have something that controls, I need to have, how's that going to work? There's probably some parameter actions happening that, no, there can't be parameter actions because it's just a drop down. Unless, no, I don't think that's the way that she did that. My other thought was that she made, well, that, okay, that does, okay, all right. Okay, so let's figure this out once and for all. Let me get rid of this so that we can go full screen. Okay. Right, because there's going to be separate parameters that drive each container. So there's going to be comparative total. There's going to be overtime. That one is going to be false. That one's true. And this one is product drivers. Oop. Duplicate. Edit. Product drivers. So now when I go back here, I do the container. This doesn't have to be in a container; it'd just be 3 sheets stacked on each other. So let's do this. So there's that. There's this. There's that. So now we have a bunch. We only have one container. Okay, so the comparative total is going to be that. The overtime is going to be controlled with this. And you can see it goes away. Product drivers is going to be this, and it's going to be product drivers. All right? And whenever I choose that, everything goes away. And essentially what happens here is now, oh, what? That's not what. Okay, now I'm really confused here. Yeah. So you see what's happening here? There's some weird things happening here. Overtime. Where's my overtime? It is done by overtime, yeah. Overtime is true. What? Oh, I'm really confused now. Okay, so maybe they do have to be, let's go back. Let's put these all in their own containers again. There we go. Okay, so now that's the vertical. Here's that one, and it's compared to total, yep. That one I don't want, but we want the horizontal. The container containing the sheet is controlled by that. The container containing this sheet is overtime. It goes away. That's what I would expect. The container holding product drivers is held by product drivers. Go to this worksheet, show the parameters for overtime and product drivers. Now, what I need to do is, yeah, Okay, so the sheets need to be in. Okay, so we figured that out. The sheets need to be in their own thing. They need to be in their own container, and the container is the one that does that, right? So now you can see here, they're all true. All three are showing. There we go. Okay, so now what I need to do is I need to figure out how to get one drop down to control those three things. Let's just Tableau help dynamic zone. And this is what we get, right? A field, okay, a field, okay. A field needs to either be a Boolean, a single value, or independent of the viz, meaning the field returns a constant value independent of the structure of the viz, such as a fixed level of detail calculation. Okay. Okay. So let's go with that. So we have our zone select. Zone select. I'm actually going to change this to an integer just to make it easy. Change it to a list. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I'll do okay. But that's still filtering. That's not zone controlling. Okay, so let's do... I mean, we could just do, right? We could just do fixed of zone select. Min. Calculation 1. Let's see if that shows up for any of our options here. Nope, it doesn't. Okay, interesting. All right, let's see what she did. Okay, so she has show bar chart, show line chart, show dot plot. Okay. So she has 3 parameters. I had 3 parameters. Chart selector. Okay, so she's got 3. Oh, I see. So let's throw chart selector out there. Chart selector. Yep, I see what happened here. Zone select 1. Let's go into a sheet. So it's a field, not a parameter. Calculated field. Fixed. Min. Zone select equals 1. Can I do this off of that? Nope, still not there. Okay. What is that calculation? Chart selector equals 1. Okay, isn't that what I have? I didn't even... There it is. Okay, so now that we're there, so now we just need to duplicate that field again, and we'll call it show bar. Yeah, bar chart. Show compared to total. So it has to be a Boolean, right? You need to get it to a Boolean calculation. Yes. Duplicate. Overtime. This is 0. This is 2. Overtime. Duplicate this again. I made that way harder than I was making that way harder than it should have been. But this has got some cool functionality. Overtime. This is product drivers equals 3. There we go. Now zone select 1. Oh yeah, 1. Zone, yeah, is right. Now it's gone. It was just there, wasn't it? And not only that, I don't even have any sheets anymore. Did you notice that? Like it's gone, like those sheets are gone. They're not even, they don't exist anymore. They're gone. Like if you go to the hierarchy, horizontal, vertical, that's the text box, right? That's the dashboard. Subcategory. I have a vertical. Inside that vertical is a horizontal. Where's it at? There it is. Okay. Whew. Now it comes back. Now it comes back. Okay. Whew. But yeah, bar chart equals 1. Selector equals 2. It's exactly what I've done, right? 1, 2, 3. Let's delete those. That's a parameter though, right? No. I was right. I was there. Good golly. Okay. This is the compare to total. This is there. There it is. Now they're back. Okay. All right. This one, compare to total. This one, over time, goes away. This one, there. Whew. Good gracious. Okay. There we go. There it is. And then you can just reformat it however you want. But this is really cool. Now that I got it to work, I apologize. But you know, that's what we do. That's why we have these. That's why we have this fun, right? Let's see. What are we gonna do here? So what we do, what's really cool here, right, is right with the old sheet swapping stuff. It used to all be in one container, and then you'd always have like little pixels that were off. But this one, as you saw, they just completely like go away. They don't collapse. They just don't show. Right? They just don't even show up at all. So I think that's really cool. It's gonna kind of completely change the way that we build dashboards once we get familiar with how to build them, right? Anyway, okay, so there you go. Really cool. Dynamic zone visibility. I got to play with this some more, and we'll go from there. But cool. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Hopefully that was helpful and enjoyable, and you got a little bit out of it. And yeah, go forth and viz. We'll see you next week.